Hi folks, it's Tim. What a difference a week makes, right? About a week ago, depending on where you live, we were looking at 2 to 5 degrees outside. And today, it's 75 and sunny. It's a beautiful day. And it's hard to believe that we've witnessed what we have in the last 7 days. As many of you know, about a week ago, our church was hit with a pretty big disaster. With the freezing temperatures and the loss of power for what we figure is about 36 hours, we had multiple ruptures in both our fire suppression systems and our regular domestic water lines, the lines that go to your sinks and your restrooms. Both of them had multiple ruptures due to the freezing cold that was in the building and really, frankly, everywhere in a lot of people's homes. I know we're not alone in this. I know multiple churches that I've heard from are going through the same thing, but unfortunately it happened to us. Most of the damage occurred in the back room and in the kitchen and in some of the small children's classroom, but we also had some pretty big damage in the front office room and the pastor's office, and also in our server room and the nursery restroom as well. That's where most of the major damage occurred, but all spaces, every place in the building was under about 2 to 8 inches of water for about 9 straight hours. Just due to the freezing cold, we couldn't get emergency services up here fast enough. But in the true spirit of SJA and the way our congregation loves this church, the next day, despite the really, really bad roads outside, we had 17 folks show up to help purge the water out of the building, pick up debris, and try to help us pick up the pieces. I know I've heard from a few of you since then, and there's a sense of guilt from some of you that couldn't make it up that day. And I just want to say, don't worry about it. The people that we had that were here was just the right amount. I think if we would have had more, we would have been stepping on each other. So we had a great turnout. And even since then, in the days that followed after that, we've racked up about 262 volunteer hours. That's not even including the football teams from Lamar, Martin High School, and Arlington High School that showed up yesterday to help cut out some walls for some drying process and haul away some debris. So thank you to everybody that's come in to offer to help. People cataloging things, helping with inventorying the things that were in each room, things that are damaged, assessments, and of course debris is continued to pile up. As you see behind me, there's the wall of, we're calling it Couch Mountain right now, but it's all the couches that were in the youth room. Right away, we reached out to a company called RJ Construction. They're from Arlington. We engaged their services to start the drying and dehumidifying process. We wanted to make sure that we were taking care of the building and getting it as dry as quickly as possible. So once all the volunteers were up here squeegeeing the last standing water out of the building, RJ Construction brought in a lot of equipment. As you can see from the video, there's dehumidifying tubes running all the way down the hallways and in the sanctuary. It feels like about 3,000 fans, in the building, all in every single room, just drying out the walls. They have opened up one side of each wall to get those fans in there to dry them out. And we're just trying to salvage and save as much as we can. We do have a really good property insurance policy. We've been told by several people who've looked at it, and our coverage should cover most of the damage that we're seeing. We do know that there are probably going to be some expenses that come up that are not covered by our insurance policy, and so we're working on creating a fund to help defray those costs. Now, just stay tuned. We're in the early stages of planning, but if you feel compelled to give, that would be a great cause to help us bring the church back better than ever. This is going to be a long process, and so we ask you for your patience. The spaces here at SJA, we're about 30 years old, and we're really going to try to make them look new and fresh again, maybe have some upgrades along the way, and by the time you're coming back here for worship and to visit, it should be a wonderful brand new space that everybody can really be proud of. So thank you for your patience, your continuing patience. I'm going to try to keep you updated in the process and let you know along the way where we're at from week to week. The number one thing you can do for SJA is to continue to pray for SJA. We have a wonderful, wonderful congregation, wonderful staff, leadership here, and we're going to come back better than ever. I truly believe that. But you know, we weren't the only ones affected by this storm the way we have been. There's communities all across the state and here in Arlington that are going through very similar circumstances. So just ask that you not only pray for SJA, but pray for them as well, that we can get through this and we'll see a brighter side tomorrow. Thank you for your time, and God bless.